4 years later, Dave, 22 now, has a job at a local gas station. Although he's still only a gas station attendant, he's studying to be an automobile mechanic. The driver of the car is his old friend of high school days, Gil Ames. Gil has graduated from college now and is on his way to start work in his father's factory. Dave is going to be married just as soon as his job of auto mechanic comes through. Gil's first day of work in his father's factory turned up still another familiar face. Ted Eastwood has a job in the bookkeeping department. Mr. Ames is taking his son on a tour of all the departments of the factory. Someday, Gil will take over the business, and today, he's beginning to learn about it. Kind of rocked you, didn't it? Gil Ames with his future all laid out for him. But you're Ted Eastwood, stuck in a job you'll be in all your life. Why don't you get out? What's keeping you here anyway? Mary Blakesley? You thought you'd marry her. But remember what she said that day in the car? Her car, of course.
But can't you see it's impossible, Ted? It's not just money. We live in different worlds.
Sure, different worlds inside this town, but there are other worlds, bigger towns. You've got some money saved, go to New York. Give it a try for 6 months. And if you fail, only you're not going to fail. And Ted didn't fail. He had talent and the ability to work hard. He started with a job in the art department of a large advertising agency. They called him a production assistant, but actually, he was a sort of a glorified errand boy. But at least he was through with bookkeeping and close to the kind of work he liked. At night, he took courses in commercial art and advertising and spent a good deal of his free time working and studying at home. In the years that followed, Ted gained a thorough technical knowledge of his field. By the time he was 30 years old, he was the head of the art department of an advertising agency. Horizontal mobility, moving from one place to another, has resulted in vertical mobility for Ted Eastwood, a movement upward from his ascribed status to an achieved status that is largely the result of his professional standing. Class lines are drawn differently in a large city like New York, although they are still there. Here, professional standing, power, and wealth are of great importance. It is possible for members of socially prominent families, theater people who may have come from the lower class, and successful businessmen of the middle class to mix socially. And Ted is an accepted member of the group. But when Ted returns to his hometown on a vacation, how does he fare? Has he a new achieved status back there, too? When he meets the girl he wanted to marry, have things changed? The town is small enough so that Mary has heard about Ted's success in New York. But this isn't New York. Mary is married to Gil now, and although they are friendly enough toward Ted, he still isn't part of their world, and he never will be. In this town, the ascribed status of his parents is still the class to which he belongs. Ted's mother brings him up to date on all the town gossip, but he only half hears her. The meeting with Mary has stirred old memories in him. He's remembering what she said to him about different worlds. He knows now that to her and Gil, he's still the nice kid from the wrong side of the railroad tracks, no matter how successful he is. His achieved status is higher than that of his father's because he has a profession. But that status depends on a place. In this case, New York. Dave Benton, on the other hand, has changed his status hardly at all. He's now a skilled auto mechanic. And although his achieved status is not much better than the one ascribed to him by his family, financially, he will be able to provide better for his wife and children. His third child, a son, was born in the local hospital just yesterday. This new Benton baby has the ascribed status given him by his family. He may, as he grows up, reach a higher achieved status as Ted Eastwood did. Or he may, as his own father did, stay in the class to which he was born. His vertical mobility will depend greatly upon him, his character, his talents, and abilities. It will possibly depend, too, upon geographical mobility, because the criteria for class boundaries vary from place to place. And so it will be for all these babies, all citizens, all equal before the law, but not the same by standards of class.